Hello, everyone. Jennifer Clancy, candidate for delegate to Northern St. Mary's County, District 29A. Happy New Year. I hope you have rested. Hope you found time for joy and spent meaningful time with friends and family. I would like to take a few minutes of your time today to honor the first responders who were on site 5 years ago today, who went above and beyond to protect members of Congress from hundreds of people who are intent on stopping our congressional members from carrying out their mandated duties, as Congress has done for centuries here in this country. We all watched the footage as those people attacked police and forced their way into the US Capitol. As many of our friends know, my husband is a former DC Metropolitan Police officer. A year and a half after he transferred to Charles County Sheriff's Office, we watched in horror, my children, myself, my husband, as the news showed the progression of the attack on the US Capitol. We were sitting in gratitude that my husband was not there, but also yearning to seek out whether our friends and former colleagues were safe. It's an incident that hits very close to home, still reminding our family today of the great sacrifices that our first responders make to keep us safe. As I reflect on that day, grateful for those who are keeping our communities safe, I want to remember Officer Brian Snick, who was hospitalized after the attack and died the following day. I also want to highlight that many of the officers who lived through the attack still suffer from injuries, physical and mental, even 5 years later. An article published yesterday by the Associated Press detailed that more than 140 law enforcement officers were injured, and many indicate they are still diagnosed with PTSD, unable to adjust back to working in the field. Their careers ruined, their lives in suffering. So, what can we do? What can we learn from this in order to better support our first responders here back home? What can we learn from this? Well, for one, as the US Capitol and Metropolitan Police Departments have done since the attack, we must increase supportive funding for counseling and wellness resources for our law enforcement here so that they can be whole and well as they endeavor to keep us safe. In addition, in my conversations with law enforcement here in St. Mary's County, I've heard the call for better infrastructure, development of adequate training facilities, upgraded equipment, and the hiring of qualified mental health professionals who understand both sociology and criminal justice, who are working within our law enforcement departments, who are specialists that can support our officers and their families. When the people who protect us have the right tools to go out and do their job safely, then we all benefit. We are all better for it. Both MPD and Capitol Police officers who were present on January 6th have spoken out about how unprepared they were for what occurred in 2021, and that many now suffer with complex trauma due to the magnitude of this attack. And truthfully, we shouldn't have to Be prepared for a world in which our government is attacked from within. These officers stood in the face of unprecedented circumstances and deserve to be honored for their selflessness and courage. First responders like my husband and his friends, people we call family, they sign up to put their lives on the line to protect us, to protect you. We have a responsibility as community leaders, and especially our elected representatives, to listen with intent and care to our LEOs, our law enforcement officers, when they tell us that they need more. They need us to listen. They need our support. They need our backing. And it's not just in the ways in which we are raising our hands and saying, go blue. It's showing up in ways that matter: funding, resources, provision of those resources, not just talk. I send my deepest support to all of our first responders here in St. Mary's County, the state of Maryland, and a special thank you to the brave friends that we know from DC who protected our democracy on that fateful day 5 years ago. I see you. I stand with you. And when I'm elected, I plan to be a fearless advocate for your safety and for the safety of our entire community. So we all go home.